So thumbs up from the rostrum, stand by everybody. This is your four-wheel drive A final, leg number 1. Good luck drivers, here we go. So away we go for A final, leg number 1. Here at round 3 of the BRCA Nationals. Sunny Boughton been the venue this weekend. Been up to 30 degrees in temperature today. Been hot action on the track as well. So watch these guys as they lead them off. So Tommy Hall from Neil Cragg at the sharp end. Lee Martin, Paul Crompton and Jamie Hall. They come onto the straight for the first time. Tommy Hall's getting a bit of a break. Neil Cragg had a little error there. So Lee Martin going to close in on Neil Cragg now for the 2 spot. Top 3 already just pulling out a slight gap over Jamie Hall now, who's up to 4th. Ben Smith up to 5th, so Crompton's had an error, drops into the back of the field. Tommy Hall's lead 7/10 of a second over Neil Cragg. 3/10 back then from Neil Cragg to Lee Martin. So down the straight comes Tommy Hall. 1.1 second lead with 1 minute gone in this A final, leg number 1. And as always, 3-leg A finals. So Neil Cragg just starting to get away from Lee Martin slightly, and his focus is going to teammate Tommy Hall ahead of him. Through the back section they go, over the little kicker, up to the tabletop. Turning left and onto the straight, 4 racing speed, down the straight they go. And Neil Cragg took 3/10 of a second out of Tommy Hall on the last lap. Neil's got a 1.5 second gap back to Lee Martin. And in comes Jamie Hall and Ben Smith, your top 5. So through the back section they go now. Tommy Hall being chased down by Neil Cragg. Really driving from these at the sharp end. These guys raced at European and world level. And look at this, Neil Cragg really got the hammer down. It's dropped down again, another 10, so 8/10 now. The gap from Tommy Hall to Neil Cragg. The sun's been beating down on this track all day, all weekend. The grip's still not there in the middle of the track. They're getting a little bit loose as they're really getting on the power. These guys wanting to get on the gas. The traction's not quite there for what they want. Onto the straight they come again. Neil Cragg absolutely sending it around that last corner. The gap's down another 10, so it's 7/10 now, the lead. And Lee Martin closing on him. It's down to 1.3 now. Halfway through, leg number 1 of this A final already. Lee Martin has an error. Jamie Hall through to the 3 spot.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 9, 10. Leader on lap 6.
So Tommy Hall being pursued by Neil Cragg. And then it's Jamie Hall will enter the straight back from Neil Cragg with Lee Martin and Ben Smith giving chase to him. Neil Cragg takes another 10. It's 6/10 now. He's taking a 10th every single lap to Tommy Hall. 3 minutes quickly on the clock, 2 remaining. Lee Martin looking at the inside of Jamie Hall. Jamie shuts the door. There's a race on for the lead and then there's a race on for 3rd. But look at this on the tabletop. Tommy Hall got Neil Cragg getting closer and closer. Oh, hard on the brakes there at the end of the straight. So Neil decided not to take a 10th that lap. He took 5.5 tenths, so it's now 0.05 as they hit the line. Oh, Neil Cragg having check up there. Tommy Hall, Neil Cragg, brilliant driving from these two, as we'd expect to see. Jamie Hall, Lee Martin and Ben Smith having a battle there for 3rd place. Tommy Hall just stretched his legs, probably a couple of tenths. And it is, it's 3/10 of a second. Oh, Neil Cragg decided to send it, but he stuck on the pipe. So Neil tried to send it over the double, and it's cost him dearly. So Tommy Hall is at the break he needs. Just over 1 minute to go. We'll check the gap as they go. Neil Cragg not going to settle for 2nd, even though these other guys are chasing him down. He's still going to go for the win. All these guys race for the win. So Tommy Hall through. Here comes Neil Cragg. The gap is 2.8 seconds. And Jamie Hall, Lee Martin and Ben Smith, 6/10 of a second, cover the 3 of you. 45 seconds to go. Cragg's over. Oh, he was going for the victory. He's now 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, down to 5th. What a lead for Tommy Hall. Jamie Hall now to the 2 spot. Lee Martin 3, Ben Smith 4. Tommy Hall's lead is 5 seconds with 20 seconds to go. Going to be this lap, maybe one more. It's going to be really close on time. For Tommy Hall, these guys, you are racing to the line for second. You will not get through for another lap. So Jamie Hall, Lee Martin and Ben Smith, it's to the line this time. On to straight, will Tommy Hall get through?
One finish.
Tommy Hall, you are done. Put your hands together for a round of applause. Tommy Hall taking victory in leg number 1. Jamie Hall second. Oh, steady please under the straight.
7 finished. 8 finished.
Tommy Hall winner, Jamie Hall second. Lee Martin
10
third.
finished.
Guys, you can't